Mass running is back in Central Europe, and it's back with a bang in Prague, the Czech capital, the city of 100 spires, renowned worldwide for its glorious architecture, its superb shopping, hotels, food and drink, and of course beer. The city centre is a wonderfully maintained UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's a place of which all Czechs are rightly proud. Tourists flock here in their millions, and today it's the runners who are flocking here in great numbers, as organisers RunCzech welcome alike elite and mass runners, almost 10,000 of them, to the fast, flat streets of one of the world's most beautiful cities. RunCzech pride themselves on welcoming the very best elite athletes from East Africa and from the Czech Republic itself, and they are here today in cool, breezy conditions, but ready to go after the frustrations of the pandemic. And race organiser Carlo Cabalbo knows this well.
We waited 3 years to do this event, and was very tough, was very hard, a lot of challenges. But with determination, focus, the discipline and enthusiasm, we kept ourselves alive. And we prepared this event, which will open this season in Europe. It's the first big, large event that happens in Europe. After tomorrow there will be Berlin. And Prague Half Marathon is also part of the Super Half. Those are the 5 top best marathon in Europe that they get together. And how I feel like before a final of a Champions League. You know?
I wish I knew that feeling, but many of the runners certainly feel something like it. They're ready to go, ready to rumble in Prague after the frustrations of so many months without races to compete in. And we caught up with just 1 or 2 of them in the minutes before the gun.
I'm a little bit excited because it's a long time that I not had a race, and Prague, I make the Super Half, and the first run is Prague.
It was, because I really enjoy running, so it was hard to not do runs, and I miss the atmosphere and miss the medals and miss the cold.
To do a race in April, because a lot of races are also cancelled still now, so yeah, it's good to come here and do this.
Many races have been cancelled, but this one is back. The East African runners are ready, and amongst the favourites, Philemon Kiplimo from Kenya. He's the fastest.
It's not my first time. I was coming for half marathon Prague restarting. I was managing position 2. I was running 59:54. Yeah. Starting season, I was starting in rack, but I have problem issue in stomach. I'm not finishing, but today my body is not bad. I want to see tomorrow how is it.
Well, there is the list of the top athletes, and as you can see, 7 of the best 8 are from Kenya. Garba Bayata Dibaba from Ethiopia may get amongst them. And the women's field, well, that is equally strong too. Many of these athletes have run a long way under 70 minutes, the benchmark of world-class racing for the top women. 65, 66 minutes is what many of those ladies have achieved.
The course is fast, very fast. We had it 2017, the world record, the women world record, and the course is nice in the city center, and I think that very fast, and the similar course than 2019. We prepared the same for 2020, and we have the same course for runners for today.
Well, there you can see the map of the course. It follows the Vltava River, which bisects Prague, and therefore it is fast and flat. The athletes get underway at 10 a.m. local time. Unusually, this race for once is on a Saturday, the 2nd of April. Normally it would be on a Sunday. But the opening few hundred metres are very, very quick indeed, and the elite athletes will take full advantage of that. There is a breeze across the city. They're protected in many places by the buildings, but RunCzech are renowned for their fabulous organisation of one road race after another, not just in the Czech Republic, but internationally too. Well, very quickly, the elite field on the men's side separate themselves from the pack and blast along, with each kilometre being completed in around 2:49, 2 minutes 49, and that would bring them home in well under 60 minutes. Under the hour for the half marathon is still very special indeed. Getting into a rhythm, the most important factor for athletes of this calibre when they're moving at this speed, and there are several pacemakers who will carry them through the first half and perhaps beyond to establish the tempo. Philemon Kimayo is in there. He's a 58:11 man, 58 minutes 11 seconds. Kennedy Kimutai, his compatriot, hasn't broken 60 minutes, but certainly believes he is capable of that. It's only his second half marathon. There is a real mix of experience and inexperience in that pack. And at 5 kilometres, 13:50, that is quick. It is well under 60-minute tempo, and it's being established really well here by the pacemakers. The athletes will be sheltering behind those pacemakers as and when they can, but the pace is fast and furious, and as they approach 10 kilometres, just before halfway, already the pack is breaking down. It's an early break, and that underlines just how aggressive the pace is. Well, 5K was 13:50 for the leading men. 10K there, 27:52 for Renju, Kimayo, Kimeli and Kip Correa. And that quartet have broken away. And as they head back across the Vltava River once again, approaching halfway, we can see now the gap between that quartet and their pursuers. And it's big. That's around 100 metres. Behind the East Africans, Austria's Andreas Vojta, the top European, looks to be heading for a personal best. He's running well. Well, as the elite tear around the streets, back at base, of course, the volunteers are doing a wonderful job, and the charities are hugely important too. Peter Oliver believes in supporting those who can't run on their own.
Our project is called Running with Those That Can't. We cooperate with Prague Marathon from 2009, and we try to increase the knowledge about people with disability within society.
Volunteers, this is the heart of our race, and we have more than 500-600 volunteers for each event. And today they started at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's not so nice weather, but they are perfect.
500 or 600 volunteers helping from 5 in the morning. They assist everybody, the masses and the elite, and one athlete benefiting is Andreas Vojta, who's been a top middle distance man in his time, a great miler, 3:53 miler. He's got great 800 metre speed. This is a very long way for him, but he's going well. The Austrian still leading amongst the Europeans. Into a good steady rhythm with his own pacemaker there. And the top Czech distance runner, 32-year-old Jiří Homolac. Well, he's been a top man in the Czech Republic for many years. He's a 2:14 marathon runner. And working well here again with some company. That is always a huge help, especially on a cold, breezy day. Back at the front end, it's the same quartet, working hard here. Kimayo, as well as Renju, and Kip Correa and Kimeli. And their pursuers, well, slightly more isolated, but it always helps if you can have at least one companion with you in the middle of these tough, fast distance races. Vojta, not far behind. He's holding on to the pace, trying to push down towards 63 minutes. And the leading ladies, well, they're on schedule for something around 66 minutes. Brilliant running from them. Nesrine Jepleting, Irene Cheptai, Zerai, and Brenda Jepleting. And you can see there, Nesrine Jepleting leaning into a breeze on this section. Right behind her, Irene Cheptai, trying to stay on the coattails of a compatriot. A little race within a race between these two ladies, but they have their own pacemaker. That's Jafet Kipkemboi Kosgei, who's doing a wonderful job for them. Exposed section of the course here. And Jepleting beginning to turn the screw here. I don't think she's saying anything to Kosgei in front of her, but she's got her head down and she's working very hard. Those long limbs with that long raking stride, gradually pulling clear of Cheptai, who's having to let go here. That gap is growing, there's no doubt about it. Mid-race. Always very difficult. Cheptai here must decide now, back there, losing ground on Jepleting, whether or not to overextend herself and maybe finish really badly, or try and optimise her race. And I think she's gone for the sensible option. Jepleting will know that. She'll sense that she has no longer got the company of another female, and she has the race in her hands. Well, the entire race is very flat indeed. The course records in Prague are supremely fast. In the men's race, 58 minutes has almost been broken, and these two are well on their way to break 60 minutes on a day where the cold conditions absolutely are working against the athletes. We're down to the top two, there's no doubt about that. The quartet has been reduced, cut in half. And it's now Renju who's applying the pressure. Back over the Vltava one more time. Renju and Philemon Chimayo heading down for a time around 59.5 minutes. But there is no quarter being given. You can see Renju, they're working really hard to try and break his compatriot. Just like in the women's race, these athletes make the distance count. And Renju it is who comes away for the win. Doesn't really have a big gap on his pursuer, but he takes the victory. And what a time! 59.28 for Kenneth Kiprop Renju of Kenya. Philemon Chimayo, 59.33. Both of them a long way under 60 minutes. And these conditions have got to be worth 30 or 40 seconds. In third place, Matthew Kipkorea Kimeli. He too, a long way under 60 minutes. That is superb. And Kenneth Kiprop Renju is the winner. Let's hear what he thought of it.
Today it was very cool. As you see, I freeze all the way so that I cannot run PT, but I'm happy for the winning.
Well, it was so cold that he couldn't run a personal best, but Vojta, well, that is pretty special from him. 63 minutes on the clock. He's broken his personal best by about a minute, as Andreas Vojta. And the top Czech, Yuri Homolac, a really solid run from him, just out 64 minutes. Well, we don't have the official result of the ladies' race yet because the women are still racing, but we're assured the winner is Nesvin Jepleting because she has built up a lead of some 15 or 20 seconds over Irene Cheptai. Cheptai has carried on working hard. She's a 6-minute performer herself. Jepleting has never broken 69 minutes, but here she comes towards the line. It's going to be under 67 minutes. It's a fabulous run from Nesvin Jepleting. The 25-year-old Kenyan is the champion in the Sportisimo Prague Half Marathon. She will be delighted with that result and in difficult conditions. Irene Cheptai second. This is Brenda Jepleting taking third place. Her time 68.39. And Zerai coming home there to get one of the top places as well. Well, the men's race won by Kenneth Kiprop Renju, 59 minutes 28 seconds. It was a superb run in difficult conditions. Philemon Chimayo second, 59.33. Matthew Kipkorea Kimeli, 59.46. There it is, the Kenyans, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They are quite remarkable athletes. They will head back to the warmth of East Africa now, as will the ladies, of course. Nesvin Jepleting setting a personal best by 2.5 minutes to win in 66.57. Irene Cheptai second, Brenda Jepleting third, all a long way under 70 minutes. Big racing, fast times and satisfaction for thousands are delivered once again in Prague. We'll see you later in the year, indeed just in a few weeks' time when the Volkswagen Prague Marathon gets underway on the 8th of May. I hope you can join us then. Thanks for being with us. Bye-bye.